Hello everyone, this is Mukundan Raghavan, and in this video we are going to understand basic execution flow of PySpark. When you start writing your code in Python for PySpark, our first entry point is PySparkSession. This is where your execution starts. And also it creates the Spark context internally. And it also provides the basic APIs for data frames, SQL and datasets as well. Now once you start your PySpark session, you will be getting your Spark context object. This is the core object which will be connecting with Spark cluster and coordinating jobs. You can simply create the Spark context with the Spark object spark.sparkContext. Now, when I talk about the cluster manager, in real time, it might be the different machine with Kubernetes or standalone ones, but practice purpose, we will be using our local machine. Now, once you have the Spark context, this also called as a driver as well. Now this driver or Spark context will be connecting with JVM. Now already we know that JVM is for Java and we write our code in Python. So our Python code will be given to the JVM by using the Py4j, which will be translating the Python calls into the JVM calls. And JVM is the place where actually your Spark runs and most of the logics will be happening there. So that means that Python is a simple controller where JVM is the actual engine. Now, once it goes to the JVM, it will understand your job and it will try to schedule and creates the different tasks which can be distributed across the different missions. Once this jobs and scheduling part is completed, it goes to the cluster manager. Now, cluster manager job is just to receive the job request from the Spark context and allocates executor on the worker nodes. Once it allocates to the worker nodes, the executors will come into picture. In executors, actually this JVM process will be running based on the task given by the Spark context, and it will be completing its work and giving back to the driver. In very simple words, Python will be converted into the JVM calls by using the Py4j, and in JVM, based on the request, it will be doing the scheduling and task separation, and this task will be sent to the executors via cluster manager. Then the executors will complete their own work based on the partition given to them. Then the results will be sent back to the driver. Now, finally, we will have the Python worker process as well. Since we write our Python code, we might have our own Python functions, such as UDF. UDF stands for user defined functions. This kind of Python core functions will not be executed in JVM because it's a pure Python. So for those, you need to have the Python workers, which will be executing your Python code. So after completing everything, you will be completing your job. So the results, entire results, clubbing everything will be sent back to the driver. So this is a basic flow of PySpark execution. However, when we execute this code for training purpose, we might have our Python, PySpark, JVM, cluster manager, everything will be in local. But in real time, this can be a Spark Connect. So what is Spark Connect? In recent versions of PySpark, you will have the thin client in your system, which means JVM, PySpark, Python, everything could be in other system, cluster manager and so on. You will have the thin client, which will be having a simple Python code and which will connect remotely to work with JVM and cluster managers. But for our training purpose, we need to set some values to make sure our code works in local since we have everything in our local machine. Just try to have some glimpse on local code. So before starting our Spark session, we need to set up some values. You need to tell your Spark where your Python resides in your local. And also you need to disable the PySpark connect mode. By default, your PySpark will try to connect remote JVM. After setting up these values, SparkSession.builder.app name, you can give the name what you want. And I'm mentioning the masters. Inside that I am giving the local star. This means I am not using any cluster manager separately. My local machine itself a cluster manager. Then after setting up some basic configurations, we are getting the Spark object. Once you have the Spark object, you can create the context as we discussed, spark.SparkContext. With this SparkContext object, we can try different actions and transformations in the coming sessions. So in nutshell, we have understood what is the basic execution flow of PySpark. Your Python code, PySpark session will be generated, Spark context will be generated, which is also called a driver. Then this driver will be sending your details to the JVM, which will do the scheduling and tasking. After having this task ready, it will be given to the cluster manager, and cluster manager will be distributing this task to the different executors, which will be nothing but JVM processes. Once you complete everything, there will be some Python pure code, UDF functions. So those will be given to the Python workers. Then everything is completed. The results will be sent back to the driver. So this is all about the basic PySpark execution flow. And this is all about this video. And always be a rainbow in others' cloud.